In this movie, we are going to be taking a very important step toward Linux mastery. This course is strictly about helping you become a Linux administrator. And when that happens, when you do become a Linux administrator, it won't be long before you realize that you're going to be spending at least 80% of your time working the command line. Windows administrators have a graphical interface for just about every task, but Linux is all about the command line because the command line is far more flexible, far more efficient, and far more powerful than any graphical interface. Now, this may scare you a little because it might cause you to believe that you have to memorize a ton of commands and options to be even remotely productive on Linux. The truth is, you will have to memorize a few commands and options to get started, and that's very easy to do. But you won't have to commit every single command, every single configuration, every single option to memory. And that's because you will always be able to consult the manual whenever you get stuck. Let me show you how. To get into the manual, we have to use the man command. Now, I don't want you to worry too much about the specifics of any of the commands in this lesson. I just want you to focus on how to parse the information in the manual, because when you can dissect the manual for yourself, that's how you truly become a Linux expert. I'm going to call the manual on the ls command. Under name, you can see a summary of the command. For example, here it says that ls can be used to list the contents of folders. Under description, we can see more detailed information about the function of the command. This section right here, the synopsis, is what we need to learn how to parse. You can see here that ls will accept one or more options and one or more files. Wherever you see the square brackets, that's an indication of optionality, which means that options and files are not compulsory. So we can use the ls command just by itself. The ellipses mean one or more. So basically, because of the square brackets, we can use the ls command by itself, and because of the ellipses, we can supply more than one option and more than one file. I'm going to keep this demonstration short because I don't want to overwhelm you, so we're just going to take a look at this option right here, which says do not ignore entries starting with dot. Whenever you read something in the manual that you don't quite understand, as long as you're in a test environment, you have nothing to lose simply by trying it out. To exit the manual, I'm going to hit Q, and I'm going to type ls just by itself, and straight away you can see the contents of my current location on the file system. If I go through an ls-a, this time you can see we've got a lot more items returned. If you look closely, you'll notice that the extra items, all the extra items, have a dot, a full stop in front of your names, which leads me to believe that items with a full stop in front of your names are hidden by default. Let's go back into the manual one more time, and I'm going to scroll down just a little. So we have the option L, and it says use long listing format. So let's go ahead and try that. I'm going to ls-l, and this time we can see the output is formatted differently. We can also go through and combine both options like so. So the long list is showing us all this extra information, and the -A option is showing us the hidden files and folders. For the last example, I'm going to call ls on this item right here. Okay, so I'm going to say ls-l, and I'm going to type .m and hit tab for auto complete. And voila, there we go. So that's all for now. We're going to be consulting the manual throughout this course, even for the little things, so that by the end you'll be very comfortable probing the manual for all kinds of information. See you in the next lesson, and thank you for your time.